You know, if Mom hadn't been living with me, I doubt I would have ever seen some of the things that I did see. It was the fact I was with her 24/7. I was able to walk into the room anytime I wanted and just sit with her and just kind of chat, even though she was incoherent, most of the time. So here's what happened in the beginning. She would start gesturing across the room, pointing, and she would be talking to, it appeared to be somebody. Of course, there was nobody there. And she'd give a name if I'd say, or I'd just hear her say a name. It might be Mary or Edith or somebody else. And what I noticed was that in every single case, that person was deceased. She never had an invisible conversation with her sister Alice, who was still living, or my sister Sandra, who was still living. And I just thought, okay, she's kind of in, a daydreamy kind of world. She's just remembering good old days, and, I didn't think too much of it. But then, one day, she pointed across the room and she said, "There's Eddie." By this time, I just said, "Hi, Eddie." And then she pointed to the space next to Eddie and she said, "There's Wayne." And I thought, whoa, because Eddie was my father's best friend, and we all knew when he died. My mother was of sound mind and healthy, so she knew he had died. But we never told her his son Wayne had died. Wayne was only 40 years old, and he died of a stroke. So here she was adamantly pointing to Wayne, and a little frustrated with me that I wasn't noticing it. Now, the interesting thing was she picked only the two people in that family who had died. She didn't point to anyone that was still living. It kind of felt like I have my jigsaw puzzle the way I look at Alzheimer's. All my pieces are in their proper places, and that's the way I look at this disease. And now these pieces are coming into my hands that belong to the picture, but there's no place to put them. But I didn't pay much attention again. I just kind of thought, oh, that's unusual. And then time went on. Then one day, it was a Monday afternoon, I remember it as clear as a bell. Mom came out of her Merc after her afternoon nap, and she said, "I can't stop him. He won't listen to me." Clear as a bell. And Howa, who the caregiver, said, "Who?" And she said, "My brother." And back down into her murky world. 24 hours later, I get a call from my cousin telling us that Mom's brother, Swanty, had died on Monday. Now, I have AT&T, I have email, I have my cell phone. My mother, whose mind is functioning at presumably zero, according to the medical reports, is telling me her brother has died.